We are calling it, we're ready to call it. It's officially soup season. This pumpkin soup is creamy, cozy, even described as velvety smooth, and we think it deserves a spot in your fall lineup. Our good friend Chef Todd Leonard is sharing his signature pumpkin butternut soup with us. This is wild. Can I tell you why? Last week, in my head, I said, I need a good butternut squash soup. And I'm not in my social media chapter, it's not my time of life. I almost put it out on social media because my favorite butternut squash soup is no longer available. It came from Blue Lemon and was created by
me.
You! And then I pulled up the notes last night and you are making, is this the Blue Lemon soup?
This is very, very similar.
Is it?
The Blue Lemon was a little sweeter.
Okay.
And I'm growing older and less sweet, I guess.
You're getting more salty?
Yeah, more salty.
Okay.
So it is exactly basically the same recipe.
Todd is
Made
behind
thousands of gallons of that.
Todd is behind all of your favorite Blue Lemon recipes, and we missed some of those. And so I am just so thrilled you're here making the soup that I'm craving this season. What do you love about this one?
Well, I love fall. Fall offers a lot of wonderful, wonderful flavors and tastes. From spiced nuts going into Christmas and the holidays to whipped creams on your pie, and this has it all. So this has pie, whipped cream, and nut. All in it. So
it's a pie soup?
No, it's not pie soup, but it's made from pumpkin. So this is the actual pumpkin.
Okay, so I buy a squash, a pumpkin.
Yep, and then butternut squash. So you have butternut squash and pumpkin.
Both. Okay.
Both. So this is the butternut squash, this is the pumpkin. I actually think the butternut squash eats a little better. It's a little sweeter and a little more bold in flavor. Okay. So you can see I have a little less pumpkin, a little more butternut squash.
I roast it. I'm going to be asking a lot of detailed questions because I have to leave here able to make this. I must.
You got this. So we just take this into a pot, put a little bit of butter in here.
Just a little.
Yeah, not a ton of butter. not a lot of butter.
Okay. No one's looking.
And then we literally take mirepoix, which is carrots, onions, celery, our butternut squash, our pumpkin.
Now, have you roasted those already?
I haven't roasted them, nor will I. I'll only sweat them in this pan with the butter.
Okay.
So roasting them, what I've found with roasting them is you do lose a lot of the aroma when I want the aroma to stay in the soup. And also the brown roasting will create a more brown soup.
I'm gonna have to cook these a while though, sweat these a while for them to get soft enough, right?
So you just sweat these down. Now you put your spices in as well, and I love star anise. Okay, so star anise, fennel seed, very, very flavorful.
Which I feel like we only reach for that around Christmas.
Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yep, a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon. You notice I'm not putting tons in. I want to taste the pumpkin and butternut squash. I don't want to mask it.
Okay.
A little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the amount, the lack of seasoning. I mean, you are going delicate here.
Yeah, delicate. And then just a little bit of sugar.
Okay.
And I don't put a ton in, but just a little bit. That's really all you need. Then you sweat this together.
It smells so good.
And then you add veg stock or water all the way, just enough to cover it.
Okay.
Not drown it, just barely enough to cover it. And then you simmer it for 30 minutes. Until these are
If you tell me that's
soft.
it, I'm going to have
that's
a fit.
it. But the thing is you see how large these chunks are?
Yes.
If you cut them too small, they get waterlogged, and then when you go to puree it, it's kind of waterlogged look.
Okay.
If you cut them big, thick, they cook tender, but the inside still yields its flavor and color.
So we keep the creaminess.
Exactly. So now you can see one I've already simmered. So look at all that squash, how tender and delicious.
Yes.
Then you literally simply just take this stuff.
I am so excited now.
Go right into the blender.
I see cream.
And then we cream it. Yep. So right into the blender, and we're going to put a little bit of cream in.
I like how he's unaffected by my enthusiasm, but really, I'm so giddy right now.
Yeah, this is good.
Fantastic.
This is fall.
This is fall.
This is fall in a blender. Now we just rock and roll. So that's when
I would have waited as long as you needed.
Now you can taste it, adjust the thickness and texture by adding a little bit more of your stock or a little bit more of your juice. Maybe you cooked it in. You can always add a little more cream. You can always add a little more cinnamon. You can always add another drop of butter into the puree. So that's what it is. And now this is what you end up with. And that's how simple it really can be.
How did you top it? Because that's part of it.
Yeah, so topping is fun. That's really the fun part. And so we take this duck confit right here, which you're like, what in the heck is duck confit?
I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. Okay.
So you take duck legs, you marinate them, then you cook them in their own fat, really, really long and really, really slow. It's like pressure cooking.
Or we just maybe, I don't know, put some oven in our our bacon in our oven.
When you eat this, when you try that, look how succulent that is.
No,
it's like the dark meat of turkey.
Why are you setting the expectations so high?
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
So tender,
I'm still
so
not
wonderful.
Gonna do it, but it's
so
good.
I'm still not going to do it.
I'm going to do bacon. I'm going to do bacon in my oven.
What about nuts? The kids eat candied nuts?
I mean, I do. So let's just talk about me.
We put We put a little bit of candied nuts on there. Like that.
That is really good.
And then we sprinkle with a little bit of rosemary. Now, rosemary is very savory, so I'm doing that to kind of help cut the sweet. But parsley, tarragon, or chives would also work very well as a little herb garnish. And then that's simple. Whipped cream. But I've added a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper.
Okay.
Not quite as much sugar, so it's just not a dessert.
Because you're savory now.
We're savory.
You've grown up.
Yes, I've grown up.
Your palate has matured.
So we just kind of take that and add that little garnish. But
this
those
is
are
amazing.
Some topping ideas. And then real maple syrup. So you have just maple syrup from the grocery store, but 100% because it has a different flavor.
This
it really
just
does.
keeps getting better.
And then you just literally sprinkle the maple syrup right on there.
I
like
hope
that.
people at home are
Boom.
feeling the effect of what is happening in front of our eyes. Chef Todd Leonard, you're the best. Thank you so much. This recipe available for you on our website. Cheers all around, and you can teach people to cook duck what?
Duck confit.
You can teach people to cook all sorts of things at UVU Cooking School.
UVU Culinary Arts is a wonderful place to get not only a foundation of cooking, but also a career in cooking. So we really focus on allowing people to live their dream as a cook, as a foodie. Come down, cook, enjoy. It's a 2-year program. You can take also smaller. We have certificate programs now, so you can kind of cut it up and just enjoy.
You see all ages, not just traditional student age, but women, foodies.
UVU.edu. Come and see us, but we'd love you to enroll for spring. Let's get you started. Let's get you going.
All right, Bear Hug. Thank you so much
for
this. I appreciate it.